What is up, everybody? Clint Esposito here. We're going to talk about Denver Supercross, which means we're going to talk about Hayden Deegan clinching the 250 West Championship, Chase Sexton closing in on Cooper Webb a little bit points-wise in the 450 Championship, and, of course, Viral Load. So we're going to go to the news right now, right off of the bat. No breaking news sound because, as I said before, they demonetize us. Not like we're monetized right now anyway. But speaking of, you can get 20% off Key Energy Drink if you go to drinkkey.com and use the code 2wheels25, just 25. You can get 20% off, and Key Energy Drink is made with caffeine and ketones. And ketones is basically like carbs or fat in your body. It's like another fuel source for your body to use, especially your brain. Your brain likes it. Excuse me, everyone. So that's it. Let's get into we got some clips from Supercross. I guess let's go 250 first. Here's the first one. This is in practice from two guys that are allegedly friends. Here you go. And it's basically the same exact thing. And I don't know. I don't know that was intentionally dirty. Like, why didn't Davies let off? Look, Davies tries to lean on him a little bit, but not enough. He really should have put some more weight on him there. So yeah, it's really interesting, the back and forth between these two guys. Especially since they are friends and they are on the same team. So that was qualifying. And then, of course, everybody saw in the main event. I'm going to get to it eventually. Here we go. Here is the basically kind of last lap. I think it was 2 to go. Again, didn't like chop his front wheel. Neither one of them, he went in there. That one was definitely deeper than practice, but it wasn't like a typical takeout, I wouldn't say. Like typically takeout, the guy's going to be like this, and your angle is going to be much sharper than theirs, where you're ideally going to run into their front wheel. But he was basically kind of just on the inside of him, and like they went peg to peg. So, do I think he thought he was going to go off of the track like that? No. I think maybe Cole gave him too much of the benefit of the doubt there and didn't back off. I mean, he should have just won. He should have never gone that wide. Period. If you know the guy's right there, he looked back, I'm pretty sure he knows he's there. Why would you go out that far? I would be hugging every inside line, and I'm sure he could have made that, triple from the inside there. So I don't think there's any reason to go that far wide, especially knowing that Deegan is right there, and he is pretty aggressive. So am I mad about that pass? No. I enjoy, aggressive riding, block passes, and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't think he thought he was going to go shooting off the track quite to that extent. And, yeah, I mean, it wasn't that dirty. He didn't just, like, chop his front end off. I think, if anything, this worked out much better than he even thought, because then he actually won the championship. I know that, which we'll listen to, is, that wasn't the post-race interview where I saw where he said, why wait till, Salt Lake, which I agree with. It being a shootout, you could definitely have some other things happen. and people get in between you. But really, do we think he was going to finish that far back where Davies was going to win the championship? No. So, am I mad about this? No. Do I think they should have taken time to see if they were going to protest him? No. That's ridiculous. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know why they were even waiting to be like, oh, we don't know what we're going to do with this pass, because that wasn't that crazy. And I feel like all the people that are mad at Deegan for making the pass just don't like Deegan, period. That's why they're mad about it. They're mad because he won, and they probably wanted Davies to beat him, which is cool, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. Like, it would have been cool. But I'm not mad about it because I wasn't like, that hard against Deegan. I don't really care. I mean, the kid's fast. He's going to be winning championships. What I do think was a bit out of the way was this afterwards. Let's see how. No, that'll go full screen.
Like this, and here are the no talk about what is choosing and getting this championship for chest. Yeah, first of all, I got Colgan running really good, and so I have to go out on that win. Maybe it's gonna do anything for it. And yeah, man, this means a lot to me because people got me all the ways. Some was a hype minute, Supercross, motocross, and it's just mad that I'm him. They got put the good lucky.
We're not even going to address that. First, I just want to say, how crazy is it to win a championship and then have most of the people in the stadium boo you? That's got to be pretty crappy. The other thing I'll point out is he just should have been like, sorry, Cole. That's really all he had to do. 2 laps ago, I really wanted that Sorry, Cole. With 2 laps ago, I really wanted to wrap the championship up this night. I didn't think he was going to go shooting off of the track. I don't know anything. He could have said anything there. Would have made it a little bit better. The other thing is that I find interesting.
I want that way, baby. I was gonna do it first. And yeah, man, this is awesome because people got me all the way.
So I get what happens now because he's talking normally in the beginning, and then people start booing him, and all of a sudden, they just mad that I'm him. That's a weird vernacular, right?
But if I like, you can talk it. Honestly,
we the champ now. All of a sudden, he turned into people started booing him, and then he turned into a rapper, which I thought was interesting. Next thing you know, he's going to pull out his gold chain and his gold grill, start shooting shots into the air. I don't know.
And let's go, baby!
So, yeah, that I think was worse than the takeout. I get it. He probably got frustrated because people were booing him, but not really. Like I said, he should have just been like, sorry, Cole. That's it. That would have mitigated a lot of that. Because you see, nobody was booing until he was like, 2 laps to go, I was going to do anything to win. Then people started booing him. I think prior to that, he had a chance there to like lessen the blow and make people not quite as mad at him. But he doubled down, as the Deegans will do. And this is what you got. So, I mean, he does kind of thrive off of all the commotion and back and forth. So maybe, it's not gonna bother him. Here's Andrew Bovier or something like that. If Deegan did this to the guys in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, he'd get his shit rocked after the race and then get his leg broken in the next race for good measure. That guy just doesn't like Deegan, but I don't disagree with that. You'd probably end up getting into some kind of altercation at some point. Donna thinks Hayden Deegan is such a little bitch. Tony Blazer says Hayden is a punk ass. So a lot of people not very happy. I don't like I said, I'm not going to go that far. I just think he probably should have just, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. But in my opinion, he could have mitigated a lot of the hate just with a little bit of a less abrasive podium talk. And not even that. Just say, sorry, Cole. I didn't mean to take you out. But I wanted to win the race. That's it. Yeah, this is all just people bitching. Kellen Brower says, Cole Davies was sitting on the backside of the berm, not sure if he's emotional or what. He threw his goggles down. Here's a list of riders that came and talked to him. Well, that's cool about the riders. I have seen that. I would say it should be pretty obvious that the kid just got punted out of first place and then got fifth by someone he probably considers a friend. He's probably a little bit bummed about that. That's all. Here you go. This is all the guys going up to Cole after the race. AP. It's weird. It's like they get in a big line. It's like a funeral procession. Like somebody died and everybody's going over to give them his condolences. Give him their condolences. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, I mean, the kid's going to win a lot. And I think biggest lesson here, which I wish I had his post-race interview up, because his was great. He didn't blame anybody. He didn't talk bad about anybody. He literally put the blame on himself about everything. He says he shouldn't have put himself in the position with the lappers, and he shouldn't have put himself in that position with Hayden, which I 100% agree. Like I said before, why would you go outside? Don't go outside. And I agree with Jason Thomas here. On a scale of overly aggressive, dirty passes, that was a 3 out of 10. I'd say that's probably a good rating. 3. If 10 is you just sawed their front end off, I would agree with that. All right, so let's go to the overall results. Hayden Deegan, Julian Beaumer, Garrett Marchbanks, Jordan Smith, Cole Davies, Cody Schock. So, I mean, Cole probably should have at least been second there, would be my guess. Interval, 12 seconds. So, yeah, I would imagine Cole would have been somewhere in between these two. Doesn't really make a difference for the championship or anything, I don't think. Like I said, at that point, Hayden would still have a 9-point lead going into the last round. I guess something could happen. I mean, you'd never know. You could, crash and get hurt or something. So I get it. You want to wrap it up. The other story, which I didn't have, let's go and look. They had, Chase Sexton won. I was trying to find some clips of Chase. We got Jet on the page still. Here, this is in the main event. And Chase getting a little bit aggressive. But, again, I'm going to rate that takeout, even though it's not a takeout. Oh, we got 2 takeouts in this Oakley overtake. Chase, look, he wasn't even... I guess the hit is what got him around him, because he really didn't get in front of him. He was still like a little bit behind him. So I think Chase hitting him actually stood him up a tiny bit and made it so he could get around him. Let's watch it again right here. I would say that knocked him out of the rut just enough. And after the race, he said that he was a little bit heated. You see that? There's like 2 clips of the 450 race. It's all just Hayden winning the championship. And Monster Girls. That's it. That's the whole thing from Denver. Yeah. So Chase is in the lead over Cooper by... Cooper's in the lead. I think he's got a 8 or 9 point lead or something. So he basically has to finish. If Chase wins, he has to finish better than 5th, which I would think should be pretty easy. You know, obviously you never know what happens, but it is what it is. All right, we're going to get to everybody's favorite, the viral load. I've got a lot of videos here for the viral load. So let's get into it. Viral load is brought to you by Tough Jug. If you can see in this little video here, they have a self-stopping spout. Look at that. So you won't get it all over your graphics or your crotch or anything like that. And you can get free shipping with the code 2wheels25. All right. This guy, every electric bike needs this. This is an electric bike. Look at that. Dude, it sounds almost exactly like a two-stroke. You would definitely think that was a two-stroke. I think this kid should make them and sell them, and then when people race, you got to put that on, just so we can hear you coming up on us. Even he needs to make a bigger one for Starks as well. I think that's what it's $1 million idea. All right, Supercross always claims to have the best motorsports opening set, whatever they call it, opening ceremony. But I think this would be the best motorsports opening ceremony right here. Boom, boom. See that guy spin around shooting his, watch this guy. Behind the back, in front of the sensitive region. That seems scary. Like if you got a ricochet, goodbye balls. Just so you guys know, this is why they got rid of roundabouts in New Jersey, because this is how it was. So they were like, well, we got to get rid of these. This is dangerous. And now we're just going to give some props to Nick Thomasounis down there at the CGI facility, throwing ridiculous turndowns. That's all. That's pretty dope. It looks like the way the face like falls away, like the way he's going up it, it probably not like it would just do a turn down like that. But it looks like it would help. Like it looks fun because he's going like across the face kind of. But he has definitely learned how to get that electric bike singing. But too bad he will not get to go to X Games this year. He's going to have to go to Big Hill Jam. Now here we got Sportster Guy. This is the longest the Sportster Guy's ever kept it up. Ho! Get it? I also like that he has probably the most awkward handlebars that you could have. I guess monkey bars might be worse. Or like ape hangers. But, man, I hate bars that are like that. See that he did a sissy bar drag. It's called a wheelie bar for this guy. Now he's doing a sissy bar stand. He's called his a manly bar. It's very impressive. So, that's it. All right, is this luck or is this skill? Hey-o. I think that's a little bit of both. I'm going to go with it's both. Luck and skill. Was that what he was trying to do? Yes, but a tiny bit shorter and he would have gotten hung up on that log and definitely fallen. Look at how he slides down it and barely gets over it. I'd rather be lucky than good. All right, this guy. Rule 1, just let go of your bike. That's the only rule. Number 2, don't hide your head in the sand like an ostrich. We can still see you. Everyone can still see you. I bet his neck hurts. That would be my guess. See, right? Look how he just keeps his hand on the bar. It was already going. Just let it go. Just let it go. All right, this guy's doing a burnout for the crowd. No helmet. That's when that happens. Every time. As soon as you don't have a helmet, it's when you fishtail on the yellow line. I'm just like, what happened here? Oh, it hooked. You need to grip with your legs, even on a Harley. Grip with your legs and your feet. I think if his legs didn't come off, he might have been all right. Probably also, if you had a helmet on, that would have helped as well. But I'm not one of the helmet guys. I'm not to yell at you for not wearing a helmet. Look at this. Skirt! Runs out of it like it was Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a good one. I wish I could see what kind of bike that was because it looks like a pretty big bike. But this guy, I give him props. I don't know what to say. He should have just hit the guy. Right? Which one was better? Hitting him or doing this? Probably doing this. But now he can't even sue that guy's insurance for bike parts. Whoop. I'm impressed. He's a fast runner. Oh, we got to wait for this one to start over. This guy's a fast runner too. When trying to wheelie your Grom goes wrong. Look, he had to test the brakes out. Brakes still work. Oh, he's still going for it. Definitely not as aggressive. Yeah, he wasn't even that high. Why'd you pull your legs off? Look how pumped he is. He didn't drop his $700 Grom. I know they're more than that. I know it. All right. Last one for the viral load. We got all the... Oh, I thought we had fast runners. But now we got Carson Brown demonstrating how to ride an 80. Hear that little pop in the air? Hear that little pop when he pins it in the air? That's the best sound to me. That's how you know a two-stroke's running good. 125s and two-strokes, getting that little pop. It helps he's 7 feet tall and he can just absorb all the rollers. But this also means he has great knees because if I was that tall, I would never be able to get my feet on the pegs. At least not my left one. I'd be sitting on the back fender just looping out everywhere. Anybody from New Jersey remember John Schneider just ripping one of these as a kid as well? All right, that is the end of Monday's show. Little review on wherever the hell they were. Denver and viral load. So that's it. We'll be back Thursday night with the more news, a preview of Salt Lake and MX bets and viral load. So that's going to be Thursday. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, shoot me any clips that you want to see us talk about. So just send them to the Two Wheels to Freedom Instagram and I will get them there. I don't know why I'm going back to the start screen, but I am. Have this little gem behind me. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.